Short-term rentals didn't die. Nobody's writing the obituary. Airbnb isn't shutting down. Vacation rentals still exist, but something is shifting quietly, structurally, and faster than most operators are tracking. The operators who built real businesses in the last 3 years are not the ones who found better markets or better properties. They're the ones who ask a different question. Not how do I compete on Airbnb, but who actually needs housing right now, and how do I put myself directly in their path? The answer to that question is midterm rentals, and the operators who figured that out early are sitting on stable, predictable businesses while everyone else is refreshing their dashboards, hoping the algorithm cooperates. I'm Jorge Garcia, and I run a corporate housing company. I'm not here to tell you that short-term rentals are dead. I'm here to tell you the market has matured, and maturity always rewards the operators who understand where the real demand is moving. Today, I want to walk through exactly why that's happening, what's driving it, and what it means for operators who want to build something that lasts. Here's what the last decade of short-term rentals actually look like from a market perspective. A new channel opened up. Individual property owners got access to hospitality markets that used to require a hotel license, a front desk, and institutional capital. That was genuinely revolutionary, and for several years, supply was so far below demand that almost anyone with a decent property could make it work. Early adopters made real money. The model spread, supply flooded in, and then the math started changing. More listings, tighter margins, more competition on price, more algorithm dependency, more regulatory pressure, more platform fees, more guest churn. The window of easy returns started closing. Every market matures. The question is whether you mature with it or keep running the same playbook in a different environment. This isn't just operators making strategic pivots. There are real structural forces pushing demand towards midterm rentals. Force number one is remote work permanently changed housing patterns. Before 2020, the person who needed furnished housing for 30 to 90 days was fairly specific. After 2020, that population exploded. Remote workers started moving differently, month-long stays in new cities, testing a new market before committing. These people don't need a hotel. They don't want a vacation rental optimized for weekends. They need a functional furnished apartment for 30 to 90 days. That demand didn't exist at scale before 2020. It does now. Force number two is healthcare staffing is structural, not cyclical. Travel nurses alone are a multi-billion-dollar industry. Every year, thousands of travel nurses take 13-week contracts at hospitals across the country. This demand is driven by demographics, an aging population requiring more healthcare than any local system can permanently staff. That creates permanent, recurring, geographically distributed demand for furnished midterm rental housing. Force number three, corporate relocations never stop. It just got harder to serve. Companies move employees, they always have. They always will. What changed is a traditional solution, the extended stay hotel. It's expensive, impersonal, and increasingly rejected by employees who know there's a better option. HR managers and relocation coordinators are actively looking for alternatives. Force number four is insurance displacements. Every year, millions of Americans are temporarily displaced due to fire, flood, storm damage, or mold. Their insurance pays for housing through additional living expense coverage. ALE clients need furnished, move-in-ready housing within days. They need a lease, they need a real home, they need flexibility. This is a consistent insurance-funded demand source that most rental operators don't even know to pursue. Force number five is regulatory pressure. Most cities define short-term rentals as stays under 30 days. The regulatory trend is clear. More restrictions, more permits, more caps. Operators who move to 30 days and above step outside the scope of those short-term rental ordinances. As STR regulations tighten, the operational and legal case for midterm rentals becomes stronger every year. Let me be direct about the money. Peak short-term rentals revenue can exceed midterm rental revenue. In the right market at the right time of the year, a well-positioned STR can generate more top-line revenue. That is real. But peak revenue is not the same as reliable revenue. Once you net it out after platform commissions, cleaning fees, supplies, turnover maintenance, and a dead weekend, the gap between STR and MTR is often much smaller than operators expect. Here's what midterm rental actually offers financially. You have your turnover, lower cleaning costs, lower supply costs, no platform commissions on direct contracts, predictable occupancy, reduced guest acquisition costs. The financial case for midterm rentals is not that it always earns more. Is that what it earns consistently. And for operators building a real business, consistency has enormous value. Beyond the financial logic, there's an operational reality that doesn't get talked about enough. Short-term rentals are operationally demanding. High turnover, constant guest communication, review management, dynamic pricing, platform algorithm management. It requires constant attention or a well-staffed management infrastructure. Midterm rentals are closer to a professionalized long-term rental operation. You place a qualified tenant, you maintain the property, you resolve issues when they arise, the tenant lives their life, you run your business. An operator manager in midterm rentals is running a small furnished apartment company. They're not the same operational load. And at scale, the midterm rental compounds better. I want to be honest about that transition. Moving from short-term to midterm rental is not just a strategy change, it's a system change, a marketing change, a client acquisition change, a mindset change. New demand channel, STR demand comes through platforms, MTR demand, especially B2B, comes through relationships, and building those relationships takes time and intentional effort. You don't flip a switch, you build a pipeline, your documentation and operations. Midterm rental requires professional documentation, lease agreements, company authorization letters, professional invoicing. Your unit needs to be positioned as a furnished apartment for professionals, not a vacation rental that also accepts longer stays and a realistic timeline. This is not a 30-day transformation, it's a business build. The most common mistake is treating midterm rental like a longer version of short-term rental. Same platform logic, same marketing, same guest-facing mindset, just longer stays. Platforms like Furnished Finder can generate midterm rental demand. That is real, but operators who only use platforms for their midterm rentals are still platform dependent. The full value of midterm rental is unlocked when you go direct. When a relocation company is calling you before they post a need. When a staffing agency has your number saved because you've delivered 3 back-to-back placements. That's relationship-driven demand, and it doesn't vanish when algorithms update. The shift from short-term to midterm rentals isn't happening because operators chose strategy. It's happening because the market is applying pressure, and the operators who are paying attention and responding to it. You have regulatory pressure, platform saturation, margin compressions, operational exhaustion. These are the forces pushing operators towards a model with the structural demand, professional clients, predictable revenue, and direct relationship. Midterm rentals are not replacing short-term rentals because they're new or trendy. They're replacing them because the underlying demand is real. The business model is durable, and the operators who built it correctly are building something that doesn't depend on anyone else's platform to survive. The market is maturing, the easy arbitrage is narrowing. The operators who understand that are already moving. The question isn't whether the shift is happening. It is. The question is whether you're in front of it or behind it. If you're serious about understanding where the rental market is actually going and how to position yourself in front of it, subscribe. This is where I break down the corporate housing and midterm rental model the way an operator needs to understand it. Drop a comment. What's the biggest friction you're experiencing right now in your rental business? STR volatility, regulations concern, trying to land your first corporate client? Tell me where you are. It shapes what I build next.